Hey guys, how are you? Come on in. I'm gonna give the people what they want. I got a lot of positive feedback from the all signs I did the other day. We've got this extra day this month, so I'm gonna bring you another all signs good for April 2026. And so what I want to focus on is what you can't see, okay, coming like in April. You could also see it titled as what you need to know. Either way, I'm doing a split test with the titles. It's talking about the same thing because I'm going to be operating from the bottom of the deck. Oh, there we have the lovers. Okay, so for example, all the cards I pull will be from the bottom of the deck, which usually is what you can't see, or something that's playing out behind the scenes that you might need to know. And I'm going to go Aries through Pisces in order. It is time stamped. Don't forget, if you're brand new, come on in, say hello, introduce yourself. I'm Laura. This is the community for awakened priestesses far and wide, and priests, as the case may be, for about 10% of you. And I love to know where people are tuning in from, so please let me know. Also, as you're enjoying the reading, please do subscribe below. That's the only way I can stay on this platform. And I've been working on a course, as most of my regular subscribers and followers know, and that took me away for a couple of weeks, plus then I broke a finger. It's a long story. And so had a lot of drop off of subscribers. So I'm working to build that back up. Anything you can do to help will be appreciated. You got 2 thumbs, give me 1. Thumbs up, come in the comments. Also, hype, it's Tuesday, so we've all got plenty of hypes. I would appreciate 1 if you have 1 to spare. Thank you. Do not forget, we now have an all-access pass YouTube membership. You know that little join button? If you click it, you'll see what it's all about. Be sure if you're going to join us that you do so from a laptop or a desktop, because if you do it from your phone or a tablet, the app provider adds an additional $5 a month to that. It's not worth it. It's a racket. So $14.99 for everything I do in extended format, plus some members only videos, including live readings. And I think one's going to be coming up this weekend. All right. Members only posts on the community tab. So join us if you can. The more the merrier. All right. So I'm starting with Aries, as you can see, going around the zodiac. Let's see what you can't see, what you need to know. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This can also be good for your North Node if you have a particularly strong placement. And whatever sign or signs you have in your 7th house, or your person does. Okay. If you're here as a cross watcher, remember the energies can come through reverse. I could actually be speaking directly to you and about you. Okay. So let's see, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Boom. All from the bottom, we're starting off with the Strength card. And we've got, oh my goodness, something here. It looks like there's a little bit of pain involved here from this person that loves you dearly and deeply. King of Cups, 10 of Swords. This may be somebody that you actually broke up with, because we've got a 9 of Pentacles, which represents a single person. We also have the 9 of Wands. I feel this, whoever this is, what you can't see is that they're not done. They're not ready to fully let go. I think they're really trying to, get their game face on, get some courage to come toward you with maybe some sort of expression of the depth of their love. We do have Scorpio energy here, Leo energy here, and Virgo energy here. Those are the dominant signs that it could potentially be. Doesn't have to be, but let's get some clarifiers. I do feel this person is not just persevering. I think they're persisting, because they've taken 10 swords to the back. I feel that they feel that 10 of Swords. That doesn't mean you don't. I'm just saying it's more coming from their energy. All right, that's from the top. That's from the bottom. Got it? Okay. So consciously, what's happening with this person is they're feeling that emotional disconnect. They're feeling the rejection. That goes along with my feeling that that Ten of Swords is their experience. But what I love here is the card that I saw on the bottom of the deck when I started to shuffle, the Lovers. I do feel this person has chosen you energetically. What you can't see is that you're the one. You're their sacred soulmate. The bond goes deeper than emotions. It's at soul level. It sort of rises above any other ordinary kind of love. This really, I love this because I often say about the King of Cups that, which is associated with the sign of Scorpio, I often say they feel very deeply, but they don't often have the capacity to express it. Not that they can't show you that they love you, but you know, the conversation or the expression of emotions is really difficult for a person presenting in King of Cups energy because it's so profound that they almost feel words fail it. Okay, and so the Lovers card makes sense to me because this person is experiencing this connection on a much deeper level, a spiritual level, actually. So that makes sense that they're really trying to overcome this obstacle because they feel bound to you in a sacred way, connected to you. So the emotional disconnect is really their struggle. Let's see. Ten of Swords, King of Cups. There's a Nine of Wands again. Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups. They're very confused. I feel I'm talking to those of you, whether you're the Aries or a cross watcher, I feel this person is trying to sort through maybe some mixed messages. The Eight of Cups from the bottom of the deck is once again an energy of something leaving them, whether it's you or the whole connection. They feeling a painful ending here, but still persevering because they really do want to understand. So for this person, that Seven of Cups is a little bit more, you know, it's got a little bit more of like what they imagine could be the reason. And it could be any number of things that reasons why something didn't work out, or why you know, you may have walked away, or you both may have just kind of drifted apart. But it feels to me like for this person, it's far more painful than they ever let on. That is something you absolutely cannot see. So now the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, High Priestess, Five of Swords, and the Star. This person, there's something they haven't told you, they haven't said to you. I am feeling you here more as the Nine of Pentacles, just in the capacity, like there was a breakup and then you find yourself single. Or you are single and they're just very pained that you haven't chosen them. It could be that too. But with the Five of Swords, this person is feeling defeated. That's why I'm saying that I don't see the Five of Swords as anything nefarious, although it can be. But it feels almost as if this person really wants to fight for you, for the connection, for this beautiful sacred connection that they have, that they feel universe has chosen for the two of you. We have that Nine of Wands twice, and there's the Star. That's the hope. So on some level, they're kind of not speaking it into existence, but they're hoping for like a miracle. They're hoping that the dream can come true, that the wish can be granted. But in essence, their defeatist attitude is sort of holding them back from realizing that dream. The Nine of Wands is the only thing keeping them in the fight, is that Nine of Wands two times, both from the top of the deck. Well, no, this one from the bottom, my bad. This one from the top. But there is an energy there of persistence and perseverance. My concern is if the defeatist energy, where they're feeling defeated, overtakes the degree to which they love you and want this connection, yeah, that Nine of Wands could turn into a throwing in the towel, because that's the option in a Nine of Wands reversed. So right now what you can't see is this person hasn't given up on you and this connection. It means more to them than you may realize. They're trying to get their confidence up to let you know, because there's something they haven't told you. And I think it's that they really do love you more deeply than they've ever let on or confided or confessed to. All right. So as I said, we have Scorpio, Leo, and Virgo as the strongest energies of who this, like a hint of who it could be. But secondarily to that, we have Gemini, Cancer, and Aquarius as well. Okay, Aries, pretty powerful reading of what you can't see or what you need to know. They love you lots. They're trying to hang in there. But their tendency to feel easily defeated is the albatross right now for them. Okay? So that's our kickoff sign. Let's jump into Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. A little discombobulated today. I forgot all my jewels and didn't feel like going back downstairs. No eye makeup or mascara, so I look my age today. Can't win. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What you can't see, what you need to know. Hanged Man. Temporary standstill, maybe things being in a little bit of limbo. Oh, wow, yeah, okay. So this is, so I feel this person, okay, let me just tell you here with the Hanged Man, it's oftentimes to me, it's like we stop forward motion so we can kind of assess a situation before we go any further. So that's kind of how it's coming through. Other times the Hanged Man is everything is like we're hanging in the matrix and we don't know what the hell is going on. Other times it's sort of like we're just kind of stuck in limbo. Well, that would be what I just said. But I don't feel that right now because we have the Page of Swords and Judgment. So this person is looking for an in. They're looking for a way, some information to be helpful, some clarity to help them with regard to seeking your forgiveness or a second chance or just a way to sort of resurrect the connection, bring it back to life. So that's why they've kind of pressed pause. They're not really taking action at this moment because they're assessing the situation. There is some fear, possibly, more about apprehension, what they can't see, what they don't know. Six of Cups is the energy surrounding your connection from their point of view. They may not know or trust that you feel the same way, that this is as deeply connected a soul bond as they feel it is. So I do feel they're looking for information. I'm guessing that you've been in some form of separation. We've got Scorpio energy again. We've got Pisces. We've got Pisces twice here. So strong water energy for this connection. Doesn't have to be, but I like to let you know what I'm seeing. So yeah, I think this person could be checking up on your socials, looking for what you're up to, trying to ascertain when will be a good time so that they don't have to play a guessing game. The moon is sort of, a little apprehensive, but the Hanged Man buys them the time to evaluate the situation. So let's start there. Yeah. They have high hopes. I feel this person's pretty positive. They're going to come in with a message. and it feels to me like it's genuinely optimistic, so it's not a cover. I feel this person is optimistic. It's easier to sort of use the energy of the Hanged Man when you have a positive outlook, because then you're more likely to look at the situation, objectively instead of subjectively. Okay, so I feel this person's really evaluating the situation with a great deal of hope. Like I said, I do feel this person kind of dreams of reuniting at the very least, or getting a second bite at the apple of this relationship. And I do feel they're pretty optimistic about it. And if they reach out to you, that's the energy you're going to feel. Let's see our Page of Swords and Judgment. Oh, I'll add, because of the Page of Swords, we also have all the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Aquarius just came through again in the clarifier, as did all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you have all the fire, all the air, and a bunch of water so far. No earth yet. Okay. So this is definitely about something where there was either some abandonment, some rejection, a little ghosting possibly, and this person about to take that leap of faith to come in with an apology, a sincere apology, right? They're looking for the opportunity. They're kind of, not just the opportunity, but to kind of ensure with the Hanged Man, as they're evaluating it, that they're not going to come in at the wrong time or make a fool of themselves, But I do feel that they are really sort of hoping to resolve a situation. There is the Judgment card, there's the apology, and what's the cause of it? What's underlying the whole situation? Something to do with the Five of Pentacles. It could be that they were very insecure, and that could be, what fell apart, or they could have done some kind of situation of just leaving you hanging, rejection, abandonment, like I said, devaluing you on some level. Or it could be that they just didn't feel worthy. They had their own worth and value issues, their own insecurities that contributed to whatever it was that happened here. But they are mainly seeking to take that chance now with, doing their due diligence, meaning they're looking for information before they take that leap. But they definitely want to apologize, or to at least tell you how they feel about you, and to seek either forgiveness or second chances here to bring this connection back to life. The Moon and the Six of Cups. Whoa. The Sun and the Moon. I love it. Ooh, King of Wands. I said, I feel if they reach out, they're going to be optimistic. But now I want to add a little flavor to it. It does feel a little more lighthearted. So it is a little bit of a cover. Because what they really feel is King of Wands. There's more maturity to this person than might meet the eye. They've got some apprehensions and insecurities and some natural fears, but the Sun is overriding that because this person feels so comfortable with you. Six of Cups, so connected to you. Being with you is easy, makes them feel good. That's what's sort of fueling them right now. They double hit a Leo here. They are not going to hesitate. Once they have the information they need, not going to miss my shot. They're going to take their shot. And they have every intention, little Cupid, of making a bullseye. So this is what you can't see. They're sizing things up and waiting to get that energy and all clear that tells them, I've assessed the situation accurately, and it's now time for me to go in and make my case from my heart and my apology for falling short or for contributing to the downfall of the connection or the walking away or the ghosting or whatever. So this could actually be a younger relationship. And when I say younger, I mean like it didn't exist for a long time. You were more still in a dating situation, and then it just kind of like they just one day didn't call you back, and then you stood on ceremony saying, I'm not going to call them, they got to call me. And it just kind of went on and on. Now they're trying to gather up enough info to know that you're still single, that, you know, that it's okay for them to come toward you. That is what I see here. I'll repeat for who this could be. Page of Swords is all of the air signs. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Judgment is Scorpio. Hangman is Pisces, as is the moon. We also have the Fool is the planet Uranus, which rules Aquarius, and the Star is Aquarius. So we already got strong Aquarian energy. Page of Cups, all the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Page of Wands, all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Sun and the King of Wands are both Leo as well. Interesting to see here, no earth, no grounded energy. So right now this person's energies are just mostly in the desire, what they really want to do, what they're feeling motivated and inspired to do, as well as in their emotions, their feelings, and how close they do feel to you. Like you're real familiar. It's just got a real warm energy to it. That is what you cannot see, Taurus. I hope it was enlightening. Okay. I am feeling the Leo energy strong. Just for some reason, it just caught my attention. Taurus-Leo combo. But again, if the sign that you're wanting to hear wasn't called, don't worry about it. This is just what's coming through strongest. It doesn't negate that this is your reading. Yes, yes, yes. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Hello, Gemini. What can't you see coming your way in April? What do you need to know? Right? Temperance. Okay, we've got some patience here, all from the bottom of the deck I'm pulling. Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups, Love, Passion, Romance, King of Cups, Depth of Love, Queen of Pentacles. That be you. Someone they imagine as a life partner. That's Capricorn right there. People often ask me, because, you know, sometimes tarot readers will say, you know, what cards are what signs, and it seems different. I have the definitive Bible. Tarot and Astrology, Corinne Kenner. That's where I get every single card as it is associated with a planet or a sign, just so you know. I go by her. She is the ultimate authority on tarot and astrology. That's what I use to study from. All right, so like I said, we've got Temperance. So this person coming through, they're being very patient. They're not going to be impulsive here at all. This is somebody that is of the mind that, you know, they got to kind of go with the flow and allow whatever energy is coming from you to guide them. So there's wisdom in that. There's spiritual wisdom in the Temperance card anyway, because it's 9th house themes, higher octaves of Sagittarian energy. But I love Temperance here as the main card because it shows maturity, right? I'm going to exercise self-control because I'm all grown up now, and some restraint, and I'm going to go with the flow and see what the opportunity is. Because they're all lit up now. We have the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups. This is really beautiful energy for you here, Gemini. I mean, it almost doesn't get much better than that. This is someone who's receiving this Ace of Wands. You can't see it yet. They can. They're like It's go time. We're in Aries season right now, and we got a crap ton of planets in Aries. So there's a lot of energy built up in the sign that is, you know, the ram running headfirst into the brick wall. They are obviously very much ready to express their emotions, their feelings, their vulnerability, to romance you. But they're chill. Me likey. King of Cups, the depth of love, the depth of feelings, the emotional availability, the emotional maturity, and looking square at his bride, Queen of Pentacles, the one that would be the life partner. Okay, so I'm feeling that their love for you is more mature than you may realize, and they're biding their time. They're waiting for their moment to come toward you with an important offer of love, a big offer of love. Because we don't just have the Knight, we have the King. Let me repeat in case I didn't. We have Pisces, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Capricorn. Those are the strongest signs. The aces are like pages. They kind of represent all of the signs. Temperance. Woo. This person wants to get you off the market. That's what you can't see. That's what you need to know. Hierophant, conscious awareness. That's about commitment, the vows we make and take. And there's the Nine of Pentacles in their unconscious awareness, right? What you can't see is also what they're sort of responding to. Is there you are out there, a single person. Anybody could snap you up. They're like, oh, hell no. This one belongs to me. And I'm feeling like while they're going with the flow here and being all kinds of patient and mature, they also know there's probably a time element here. So that's why the Ace of Wands, because the Ace of Wands would not hesitate. You take that ace from Spirit and you get right into action. So let's see what comes through here. And we have a movement card, an action card in the Knight of Cups. Nine of Cups, Queen of Pentacles again, Hanged Man. Okay. That's coming from the bottom of the deck. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I almost actually feel that for this person, you know, they're sort of lit up right now. They know you make them feel good, that when they're with you or having you in their life, imagining you as the life partner of their choice to build a life with, to walk this path with, it just brings them a sense of comfort on an emotional level. It's just a real feel-good situation. Lots of energies of contentment, even some self-satisfaction. Like, that's mine. See that one over there? That belongs to me. It's, you know, that sort of, yeah, got my girl. It just feels good to me. And the Hanged Man, therefore, almost coming through as a little bit of surrender. You know, like surrender is just finally dropping in. Yeah, that's my person. What am I resisting? What am I fighting for? I'm going to go get the one I love. I'm going to let that Queen of Pentacles know how much I love her, how deeply I feel for her. I'm going to bring a dozen roses or two, because you can never have too much romance. But I feel like this person is pretty certain here that you are already at the level and stage of preparing or readiness for that kind of a mature connection that leads to something more long-term. I think they're right there with you. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, almost all the queens are here. We have now added to this Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, they're all aspects of what this person desires in you, because we have the Emperor from the bottom of the deck. So the Emperor is what sort of flowing through their veins, shall we say, right? The energy that's fueling them to act on this Ace of Wands is the Emperor energy. But consciously, they're kind of, they're very much in love with your sharp wit, your intelligence, your perceptiveness, your fairness, the way you kind of come at a situation with lots of open-mindedness, like I'm going to give you a fair here, I'm going to hear you out, and the way you sort of not debate, what's the word I'm looking for? I'll think of it. And the Queen of Wands, which is your magic, your fire, that special gift that only you have, that draws this person right to you. In most decks, we've got a little black cat. She doesn't have that here in this deck, but that little black cat is that air of mystery, right? That you can count on. It's part of what gives you your confidence, that little magical, mystical, whatever it is that you have. And so it's what, makes you have that commanding presence of confidence in your femininity, and I'm feeling like they also see all these qualities in you, adding up to, on balance, someone that would be an excellent, perfect match, life partner. So the love is there, the desire is there. I do feel like this person, the only reason why they're kind of hanging out with Temperance energy, I do think they've surrendered to how they feel. You haven't seen that part yet, but they kind of have to know where their entrance is. They don't want to push you, pressure you. I don't see them being impulsive or too overbearing, but they don't want to give it so much time that somebody else snaps you up. Okay? They want you. They desire you. They love you. All the love and romance here. Okay? So I already told you we have Pisces, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Capricorn primary. Then in the clarifiers, more Capricorn, more Pisces, Taurus shows up, Virgo shows up, Libra shows up, Aries shows up twice. Okay? So that's what we have there for you, Gemini. I hope that warms the cockles of your heart. I hope you have figured out who this most likely is. Something has been keeping them on ice, but I don't think they'll be there for long. I don't see a lot of hesitation in this person, but I see the maturity to know that when the time is right, they'll know it. That's what that Temperance energy is giving me. Okay. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. How we doing, Cancer? What you can't see is what we're looking at today. What you need to know, what you can't see for April 2026. What's happening behind the scenes. Something coming your way. Oh. Okay. This one's a little tricky. So I'm just going to tell you, Cancer, this is specifically for those of you that have been through something that feels akin to the end of a relationship. Because I definitely see the heavy heart, broken heart, hurt feelings, right? At the very least, just heavy-heartedness. But I also see this Two of Wands. And this is really important, and I'm showing it to you first for a reason, because the Two of Wands comes before the Three of Wands. So we know they've already been through this part. Two of Wands asking them, what do you want? What do you want? In a world full of possibilities, look out on the horizon. You can have any frickin' thing you want. What do you want? That's question one. Then the Two of Wands says, all right, clear. Which path is likely to get you there? You can only pick one. And then once they've chosen that path, what do you have to set in motion so that it arrives? This is the arrival. So that's why we often say Three of Wands can be a card of manifestation. The ships are coming in. You charted their course. You told them what path to take. Here's the ships coming in. Got it? So that's why it's sort of akin to a manifestation card. So after all the heartache, this person has done their search there for their own desire, for what they really want. And it's interesting, and I'm showing you that first for a reason, because this is what you've just been through. Right? The Seven of Wands, resistance, pushback, defensiveness, and the Eight of Cups. And so with this kind of energy, I might say what you don't see coming is a lot of resistance and somebody walking away. I think it already happened, is my point. I think that already happened. This is where they are now. Right? They're heart heavy. They're heartbroken. They have made a decision, a choice. Twos are always about decisions and choices. And now they're in that manifestation of drawing it into reality. So let us see what we get. Three of Wands. Yeah, they want a reconciliation, coming back together, a cause for celebration. And from the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. And to me, that says they have not let go. They don't want to let go. They're holding on for dear life. The Four of Pentacles can be guardedness, but it can also be a little stinginess, right? No, I'm not ready to let go yet. They haven't let go. They're drawing in what they want, which is a coming together in a pleasant way. Something that brings the smile back to both your faces is the energy I'm getting. The Three of Cups can also be associated with holidays. So give that a think. We've got Easter coming up, Passover, and then we're kind of coasting for a little while, I think. Yeah. But, it doesn't have to be. Cups is also months if you're going to count time with tarot. So the Three of Cups is 3 months. So it could be in the next 3 months, or it's the third month. And this is March, but we're on the last day of March. So if it doesn't happen by tonight, then it could be within 3 months from now, if you like to use the counting. Wow. This person absolutely threw at you some defensiveness, some resistance, and either a threat to walk away, or they did walk away, or they're kind of, let me continue by showing you. I feel like they put up a fight, not for the connection, but almost like, back up, give me space, I need time, I just need to be on my own a little while. Something to that effect. So if this is for you, that will ring true. And then what happens is we have this Hanged Man. They didn't get too far because Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. I'm feeling strong twin flame vibes here. And this whole little pattern of no, 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 I don't want what you're selling, to yes, I want it and I'm heartbroken without you. Very common in twin flame dynamics. They are one of the more complicated, complex, and, you know, dramatic types of connections. So that's what I feel took place, is they put up a big stink that I need time, but then they really did think about it. They really did process it. They really were waiting for some kind of enlightenment to drop in. Why am I so attached to this beautiful divine feminine creature? They might not use those words, but that's the feeling. Like, what is this? I do feel that's why they're now like, I'm not ready to let this go. I'm trying to manifest a reconnection, a reconciliation. Let's see the Three of Swords to the Two of Wands. Whoop. Yep, there was a Tower. I think you're past it, but I think it happened. And there is the Eight of Cups. That's what created, either you walked away, they walked away. There is manifestation here. So what I want to know now is, show me the Magician. Why is the Magician here? Oh, got it. Pull another one. Yeah. Well, they're miserable without you. I'm going off of this, because we have the Three of Swords with the Tower and the Eight of Cups. So ding, 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 for those of you that I said before, something went haywire here. This person put up a bit of resistance, and someone walked away. So I think that created the instability, right? This is not sustainable, because now, you know, someone walked away here. Could be you, could be them, could be both of you, and everything sort of falls apart. But I feel at the same time it opened their eyes to something, because now we have the Magician here, and this is what I'm clarifying. How do we go from the Three of Swords, right? Because this is what they're processing. This is the foundation. This is the processing. Meaning, if you were doing like a point of privilege, if you were doing like a Celtic cross, right? And you have the main cards in the middle, and then you go down below for the root of the issue, calling that the foundation. So that's over here. And then the top above is what's top of mind. What are they processing? That's where I'm getting this spread from. Okay? So I feel what they're processing is all the fallout and the hurt feelings, and then they went into, what do I want? Right? What is going on here? What do I want? I better make a decision. And that's where that Magician is coming from. So I feel like they're not even really aware that they're manifesting, because it's in an unconscious space. But consciously, they're kind of waiting for the shift to come in, which I said at the beginning is manifestation. And this is what they're trying to manifest, is a reconciliation, getting the band back together. And I have clarifiers here. Wanted to know why the Magician is here, and this is what I get. Because they're optimistic, they're prepared to take responsibility or accountability, and that will help restore the balance and fairness. The Eight of Swords to me is coming through as that kind of caught like a deer in the headlights, making sure they've got it all right, maybe a little second guessing. I don't think they're going to stay in this energy for long. And from the bottom of the deck was the Four of Cups, which means that they're feeling like, I let this one get by. This can be a missed opportunity. Yeah, it can be sadness and rejection and all that, but it can also be a missed opportunity. And that's what I feel, why I feel this person is trying to manifest some kind of return energy between the two of you. Even though they're the one that put up the fight, I feel they've given it a lot of consideration. They're not ready to let go, and so that's what you can't see. There were no cards from the main spread that suggested who this could be. But now we have Pisces, Taurus, Libra, Aries, Aries again, Virgo, and Gemini. We got all those energies. Yeah, I'm going to take Libra here because I think that's really important as well, because that accountability piece is going to be important to whether or not you two can kiss and make up. All right. Okay, Cancer. That, like I said, that started out a little rocky, but I hope I presented it in a way that you could follow. So this is a very strong connection that might have a tendency toward the dramatic. Breakups and makeups. All right. I am going to move along to... I'm glad you guys came in and told me how much you like this, because I'll plan to do more of them going forward. I appreciate all that lovely feedback. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Now, hello, Leo. This is for you. What you can't see or what you need to know. April 2026. What can't you see, Leo? Ooh, Page of Cups. Message of love. Something from the heart. There's Judgment again. There's Justice again. It's a Three of Cups and the Sun. Well, that's Leo's energy right there, right there. Indeed. You're going to hear from this person. I feel it's a tender apology. Those are the words. Tender apology. We've got Judgment. We've got Justice. So with Judgment, again, the seeking of forgiveness, wanting to bring the connection back to life. Justice, as I've been saying, the only way to get the balance back and the harmony is for someone to take accountability. And that's what we've got here with this little Page of Cups, is the accountability piece. It's sincere. Here is what they're processing. Three of Cups and the Sun. As this stands, it looks like joy, on steroids, the happiness, that if they're successful, you'll be back together, and won't that just be the bee's knees? So I am seeing the Three of Cups, as I've seen it in other readings, as more of a reconciliation. This is a reconciliation card. This is a reconciliation card. And this is the card where they're saying, hey, my bad. It wasn't fair, or I know this, I hurt you, but I really do love you. I really do care about you, and I am very, very sorry. So that's the energy we've got coming at us here. So let's see what we get. I'll tell you what showed up here. We have Scorpio, Libra, Leo, and all the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They see very clearly. This person has had an absolute epiphany. Lovers. Yes, my loves. They really choose you. And they're seeing very clearly that this connection is not ordinary. There's something extraordinary about it. And the Lover's card is a card of choice, and it's usually a choice that's not the easiest to make, because the connection can be very complex, because it's more mature. It's happening at a higher timeline. The Lover's card is exactly the same card as the Devil if you look at them side by side, except it's two people choosing each other of their own free will. There is no negative karma. There is no force. There is no, restricted, I feel like this pull to something that's not good for me. It's not that. It's presided over by the archangel. It's got that bright, beautiful sun in the background. It is of a higher spiritual makeup, a connection like this. So, and they're seeing it like eyes wide open. They now know all they need to know about how they feel. It's like sometimes we make a choice in life. We start going down a certain path, and the path is difficult. And it's challenging, and our thoughts keep going to the other path we could have taken. I see this person as having gone through that experience, whether you're here as the Leo or you're here as a cross watcher. And now they're seeking to correct that, to make the choice that's now evident and plainly clear to them. That is what you cannot see. So let's see judgment and justice. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, at the foundation of this, they, again, ferreting out some information. They may actually plan to reach out with some kind of clear message. But I feel more that's what they've been exploring, because we have the King of Cups. Very deep feelings for you, that they can no longer carry this burden of whatever their part was in the situation. It's weighing on them very heavily. They kind of want to come clean, provide information or share something with you that would be helpful for you to know about the depth of their feelings for you, their regrets, or their, profuse apology, their desire to kind of bring the connection back to life for a second chance, maybe third, fourth, fifth chance for some of you, doesn't matter. This person is very well aware of the depth of their feelings for you. They're aware of it now, and it's weighing on them. So they certainly have something they're ready to offload and get some relief from. The processing now, Three of Cups and the Sun. Yeah. Wow. Again, I feel like this person is extremely drawn to you and super attracted to you. So we've got love in the King of Cups, passion in the Queen of Wands. We have the Judgment card again. So now it's doing double duty here. That's what they're going to want to communicate about, talk about, is the good old days and how much they are, feel about you, love you, care about you, always have. We were friends once, and then we became more, and then it didn't work. Whatever the storyline is, it goes a little something like that. Variations on a theme, of course, but how happy they are with you. And obviously there's a lot of desire, so there may be talk about the fact that they can't get you off their mind, that you appear in their dreams. All of that stuff goes with that Queen of Wands because she's irresistible. Hello. So yeah, that's what we have here for you, Leo. It's a pretty straightforward situation. As I said, we have Judgment. We've Scorpio, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Leo. Main energies. Backing it up with the clarifiers. Page of Swords. All the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. King of Cups, more Scorpio. Lovers, Gemini. Queen of Wands, Aries. And that Judgment card came out a second time, so more Scorpio. So Scorpio is pretty heavy here. in case that interests you. Yeah, what you can't see is this person is preparing to reach out and communicate with you how they feel about you, that they never stopped loving you, that, you know, that they were happiest with you. They would, you know, apologize, like I said, profusely, take their accountability and seek second chances and some form of reunion and reconciliation, followed by a joyous cause for celebration. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Hello, Virgo. How my sister, brother Virgo's doing? Oh, okay. It's going to be another 2-hour reading. Here we go, Virgo. This is for you. What you can't see or what you need to know. 9 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. So you're coming through loud and clear, Virgo, loud and clear. Wow, okay. Whoever this person is, they're really pining for you, I feel. So all the energy is focused on you. This is someone who may have you on a pedestal, looks up to you, admires you, finds you a very confident person, a very capable person, very independent, real autonomous, like you've got good boundaries, or if you didn't, you do now. And so there you are. Like, the ungettable get, my beautiful 9 of Pentacles. Here in the foundation of all of this, we have the 10 of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So this is weighing on this person, and it has been for quite some time, that you really are the keeper of their heart because you're sensitive, empathic, right? The empaths of the tarot, Queen of Cups. It's the ability to really feel what someone else is feeling. So it's experiential. Without being a doormat, without being overly enmeshed. And what's really beautiful about the Queen of Cups is her compassion, her ability to not just be empathic, but then to have the requisite compassion to be supportive. So that's what this person's, well, I don't think they're realizing it now. I think they realized it a long time ago because they're carrying it like an albatross around the neck, and they really do sort of want to unburden themselves and get the relief from that. So what are they processing? Like, I need a miracle. 2 of Wands, just happened in the Leo reading, or was it Leo? No, it was Cancer. With the 2 of Wands, what do you want in the world of possibilities? And you got to choose a path. Only one path's going to get you there. So I feel as if this person has been guided by a true north, if you will, and really has all the hope and faith and trust that they can possibly manage in the universe to, grant the wish that the 2 of you are reunited. Okay. I think I'll use this deck. So that's really it. I feel like this person has chosen this path. They're experiencing energies that are like, I hope this can materialize. But I feel at the foundation of all of this is like they've been carrying this around with them for some time, Virgo. Yep. Oh my gosh, I could cry. Consciously, like, you're my everything. We could be so happy together. We could have our happily ever after. Unconscious awareness deep within them. You're my person. You're my partner. You're my soulmate. Virg. I get it. 10 of Wands. It's a lot because it's what you can't see. It's what you don't know that if you knew could be really freaking helpful. Oh, wow. I'm going to pull over here too first because that's pretty powerful. Well, what they're processing, I'm kind of going to come here first. We've got the 10 of Wands from the bottom of the deck, and then we have the 7 of Swords with the King of Wands looking like boring a hole into the back of the head of the 7 of Swords. And what that tells me is that as this person has been, really working through, like, I'm not happy, I feel miserable, I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders, what do I want? They've been going through this. That 7 of Swords is kind of coming through as almost a you can run but you can't hide, because that 7 of Swords can be avoidance, it can be the little lies we tell ourselves, it can be, behavior that's a little less than on the level. And I feel like this person is really evaluating that aspect of themselves, that their avoidance has created a situation now that is so oppressive they pretty much can't take it anymore, right? They've lied to themselves long enough, and now they're ready to do something about it. No hesitation, very inspired, very desirous, and hopeful. So that's what they're processing. How did we get here? Well, I've got the 10 of Wands and the Death card. I've also got the Strength card. And there you come back again, 9 of Pentacles. So I'm feeling as if this person's just at that phase now where they realize they kind of have to release something. They have to let something go. They have to embrace some growth and change so there can be a transformation. Almost as if they're becoming a new person. That's pretty much that. Gathering up the strength, the courage, the confidence, the character to overcome obstacles. And part of the obstacle is what they haven't been honest with themselves about, maybe not even honest with you at any point. They know what they want, they know who they love, and now they just kind of have to get over that first big mountain. Because they know who they want. 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, landing on the 9 of Pentacles. There you are again. And I'm feeling like there's something they know has to end or die off before they will be given any opportunity for relief. It's all sort of meeting up into a powerful crescendo. It's both these cards from the bottom of the deck, you can't see it, but this person is absolutely at the end of their rope of managing this pressure of the truth of how they feel and that they love you. They can't lie to themselves anymore. They can't hide it anymore. They know what they want. They're just hoping on a wish and a prayer that they will be granted a miracle. I am not seeing many action cards at this point. So it feels like it's kind of at the beginning, although the Death card is an action card, because in most decks, you see the horse, and the Death card requires an action of releasing something that no longer serves, or of letting some aspect of the self die off so something new can be born into its place. That's how we get to the growth and the change and the transformation. So I feel this person is in a state of trying to confront themselves and fully owning that they've created this oppressive situation for themselves. So they're choosing a new path. And it all leads to you. And that is what you cannot see. And it's pretty freaking beautiful. That's what I have. All right. So as I said, we have Cancer, Virgo, Aquarius. In the main spread, in the clarifiers, we have Scorpio, Leo, Virgo again, and more Leo. Double hit of Leo here. Double Leo, double Virgo. Really. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so I hope that gives you something to chew on here. Helps you see what your person is processing and what their hopes and dreams are. I think it's lovely. Okay, that was the first 6. I'm moving on to Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What can't you see, Libra? What do you need to know? Try that again. You can tell the decks I don't use a lot because they're super stiff. They have no give. I like this deck though. It's cute. I love when we start with the sun. Okay. It was good for a moment. Yeah, this person wants the success, wants the happiness. But I feel there was some sort of interference here. Maybe an outside source of interference for you in this connection, Libra, and it's caused a lot of emotional confusion and overwhelm. Maybe mixed messages. But this is at the foundation. And so I'm almost feeling the sun reversed, like something didn't go well, or the happiness that was once there then ended with some kind of tension or disagreeable energy or drama, and all that you process on an emotional level. And so where is this person now in their conscious awareness? What are they processing? Is they're, taking a pause for the cause. They're giving it, a run through, trying to evaluate the situation. The hangman, when you see it, does represent a standstill, but it's temporary. I feel like this person is really trying to understand something. And so they're kind of pulling back and looking at it from the 30,000-foot view, because there's some kind of energy of like disillusionment, disappointment in matters of the heart here. Something in this connection was either messed with, interfered with, or there was something between you that created some conflict, and therefore either your disappointment and disillusionment, theirs, or maybe both. I do think they're trying to figure it out, though. I do see this person sort of, taking a measure of all that has transpired. So let's see. The sun. Yes. Oh, You were real happy. Very powerful connection here with the lovers. You've chosen this connection, like I've said before, very sacred. And there we have the moon, right? The sun and the moon. We've got the sun is our conscious awareness. The moon is our unconscious awareness, but also our instinct, our intuition. It's where our emotions are housed. And it can create a little bit of like apprehensiveness, like, you know, when you get apprehensive that there was something so good here, but deep down there's an apprehensive energy about how happy you could be or you really were. I feel like this person, there's something they can't see, and it's causing an issue for them. I'm going to go over to what they're processing first because that might help. The moon and the hanged man are both Pisces energy. Ah, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay. Yeah, intuition is kind of coming in here, which is great that this person has maybe some awareness of, they might call it a gut feeling. They may not have the language you have to express it, but I feel they are instinctively and intuitively taking this pause and looking at the situation with fresh eyes, because it's not about evaluating it from their point of view. They already know their point of view. What they are seeking is understanding in a more objective way, considering your point of view, for example. And the Strength card is what's really driving them, really pushing them. And then we have the King of Wands. So we've got the double Pisces energy. We've got triple Leo here, the Sun, the Strength card, and the King of Wands. Powerful if you're dealing with someone with Leo, or if you're the Leo here watching for a Libra. But yeah, it feels like this person really, really wants this to work out. They really want you. They really want to overcome this obstacle, whatever it is. They really want to overcome the confusion and all the options that are available to them. They're kind of stopping, like, let me get off the ride, press pause, I'll be back in a minute. And they're really working it through. And I feel like with this High Priestess from the bottom of the deck, it's like they have an instinctive awareness that they're going to receive the enlightenment to explain the emotional disconnect. Okay, that Four of Cups, whether it's disillusionment, unhappiness, whether there are feelings of rejection here, whatever that Four of Cups is, I do feel it's more about some kind of disconnect because of this Five of Wands. The Five of Wands, by the way, is also associated with the sign of Leo. The 5, 6, and 7 are all associated with the sign of Leo. So let me look at that. Okay. Yeah, like I said, processing, we have the hanged man. Over here at the foundation, on this Five of Wands, we got a little more processing. The Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is an assessment of realities on the ground. What am I really dealing with? And, taking that up so you can make a really good decision in real time. It can be a little bit of stalling for time. I don't see it that way. I feel like this person is really trying to weigh the pros and cons of all that's been going on. They're coming through with King of Pentacles energy, which is great because that's showing their maturity. That's how I felt looking over here, that this person is approaching this, I won't say that. It takes maturity to understand the construct of intuition. To understand it. You can have it and not know what it's about. This person is mature enough, grounded enough, responsible enough, right? This is the one that shows up for you, that would have your back. And so now they're kind of in that energy of, what was this about? What do I do about it? Because I have responsibility to this person. And there we go with the Justice card. Also a card of potential responsibility, accountability, really trying to find the balance, really trying to find something that'll bring the harmony back. And they're going through all the permutations of all that's been involved, all the options they can consider with this Seven of Cups that might have contributed to the Five of Wands or the Five of Wands to the Seven of Cups. It can go either way. But I feel they're taking, they're approaching it in a mature manner. I don't think they've come up with the answer yet. But they're in process of that, and they absolutely want to overcome any obstacles. They, really are trying to kind of be brave in terms of looking at themselves honestly, factoring in themselves into the process as well, because this doesn't occur all by itself. It takes at least two. That is what I see. I do feel that this person has chosen you, but now there's some insecurity and apprehension about whether or not you can truly be happy with each other because of this Five of Wands. So that's what they're processing, is how to overcome all that. And they're evaluating it in a manner that I feel demonstrates more maturity, trusting their intuition or letting their intuition guide them in an unconscious way. They're being proactive, King of Wands. They're being grounded, King of Pentacles. This is what you can't see. Okay? Astrologically, we could have Leo. Obviously, Leo came through 1, 2, 3 times. Could be Pisces, because Pisces came through 1, 2 times. Could be Cancerian energy. Could be Gemini, Libra, Taurus. Yep. Something here has presented a problem, and they're trying to find a mature way to come to terms with it and overcome it. So I feel if you're in a standstill, it's not going to last forever. This person is in the midst of sussing that out to come up with some form of a solution. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome back, Scorpio. Happy to see you. This is what you can't see, or what you need to know. April 2026. We got a lot of people getting the Strength card. That's good. Nice. Yeah. All right, so this person's trying to find some bravery. And it looks like, at the foundation of it, they really want something more committed. They're at that point. Something may have happened. That's very possible that they have to kind of sort through and overcome, and it might, take them a hot minute to do that. But the Nine of Cups here can come through one of two ways. It's been coming through as, good vibes, good energy, some sort of wish fulfillment, emotional self-satisfaction. This just all feels really good. As a reversed energy, we have the tendency toward complacency, meaning things feel good as they are. Why rock the boat? So I'm only saying that because it's the Nine of Cups, right? You might want the Ten of Cups. They may be saying, well, and your version of the Ten of Cups is some form of commitment or up-leveling of the connection, taking it to the next level. And they may be like, why bother? Things are good as they are. So it could have been that that was at the root of a problem that now presents an obstacle that they overcome. That's the only thing, the only reason why I'm even mentioning that, because I don't pull reversals. Sometimes they find their way in, but I sort of assess the storyline and tell from all the other cards coming out which way the energies are going. So we'll stick a pin in that. But when it comes to, so that's at the foundation of what they're processing. Oh yeah, they want a triumphant homecoming, a big return, a passionate return. We've got a reconciliation card here if that aligns with your situation, but it's like they're coming back to claim their queen. Wreath of peace there, right? They want to forge a win-win outcome between the two of you, maybe meet in the middle somehow, negotiate peace, come up with a compromise. You give a little, they give a little, you meet where you're, that might be part of what the obstacle is as well, is, you've got your terms and you're pretty dead set on them, and they want to find a path to being more cooperative, negotiating, compromising, all that good stuff. But lots of desire here. So what deck do I want to use? I will use this deck right here. Whoop. So let's see this strength card. We have Taurus, Leo, Aries right here. All right, well, this time around, we've got the Hanged Man in a lot of the readings, meaning, again, we have the King of Swords from the bottom of the deck in the clarifiers. I'm not sure how to take, I'm almost feeling like this person has surrendered to the notion that to do right by you, they really need to focus on being supportive and the two of you kind of working together to overcome the obstacles. That's sort of the message coming through. They need you to be cooperative as well. I feel, though, that they have to set it sort of like that, get the ball rolling. And I think they've surrendered to that construct because the King of Swords is honorable, wants to do the right thing, holds themselves responsible and accountable. They're a strategist. They see things in, very, simple black and white terms. They're very parsimonious, less is more. Let's get right to the heart of the matter. And I feel as if they got to the heart of the matter and it's like, yeah, this is an obstacle and we need to overcome it. So I feel the Hanged Man is just sort of bought into that. It's not always about standing still. Sometimes it's about, I am just surrendering to the obvious. Let's see in the foundation, 9 of Cups, Hierophant. 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. There's Justice. So the Justice card leads me to believe that my little walk down the lane of potential complacency is probably right. This person has probably not been as reciprocal in the connection with you as they need to be, quite frankly. We have the Ace of Cups, we have Justice, so I feel this person taking accountability, knowing that their complacency, even though things are good between you, you're ready for more and you've been really invested and maybe they haven't matched that investment, but they're very clearly aware that this is a special gift, the love of a lifetime, love of your life kind energy with the Ace of Cups. So I'm feeling like that's why they've sort of surrendered to the notion, like, I got to be a stand-up person and work toward overcoming these obstacles. And let's look at the processing Queen of Wands, Six of Wands. Five of Swords, Hermit, Three of Swords. I'm seeing it as if you're the one who is remote right now. So I'm getting the Hermit energy from you, and this person is intimidated. AF. Because this is intimidating enough as it is. Beautiful, powerful Queen of Wands, right? It's like they know you are a force to be reckoned with. That's part of the draw. That's part of the attraction. But with the Five of Swords, I think this person feels intimidated and a little defeated because you may, at this moment, be a bit unapproachable. Whatever has gone on here, you could have said, this isn't working for me, or I just need some time. I'm feeling this as more of your energy, and there is underneath this, the situation behind the scenes, there's hurt feelings on both sides. I think you're both heartbroken. And they're trying to process how to return in a way where you both get what you want. You both get validated. You both get your needs met. We've got the win-win outcome. You understand something that they want. They understand something that you want. And you find a way to meet in the middle. But if you're kind of unavailable to them or unapproachable in some way, shape, or form, that may be adding to a bit of intimidation. And therefore it could now add a flavor of everything's just in limbo. But I do feel that the surrendering is accurate. Because now they see, all of that complacency of, I think things are fine as they are, wasn't the right approach, wasn't the right thing to say or the right way to be in a connection where somebody is giving all of themselves to you and as much as they can to support the connection. And you're kind of, they were kind of flitting around with just giving what felt convenient at the time because things were good as far as they were concerned until you said, yeah, that's nice, not good enough for me. And that it involves some level of commitment, some level of being, committed. And then you have responsibilities to the person you make promises to. When you tell somebody that you're invested, you gotta, pony up. You gotta show up for this person. So, and it's not always easy to do because sometimes we're just, in a little self-serving mode, and it feels like this person wants to do the right thing and has honor and integrity about it, but you may be a little bit unapproachable right now, and I think they're intimidated. So what you can't see is all of that, but the main focus is on overcoming a powerful obstacle, and their intention is honorable. And as soon as they see their opening, I think they'll come down off this post and make their return. But they have to kind of know that you would receive them, I would imagine. I feel like that's probably playing around somewhere in here too. Okay, so who could this be? We've got Taurus, Leo, Aries. That's from the main spread. Then we have Libra, Pisces, Aquarius, and Virgo. So if you're interested in this person coming toward you with all this good energy, you might want to find a way to let it slip that you're approachable. That doesn't mean you have to contact them. There are easier ways to do it than that. Less direct. You know what I'm talking about. be more visible is what I'm trying to say. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. How you be? What can't you see? So this is a what you can't see or what you need to know for April 2026. What's going on behind the scenes. All right. Sagittarius. All from the bottom of the deck. This Hanged Man situation is kind of freaking me out. In the last one, we had Judgment and Justice came out in almost all the readings. And this time, we've got the Hanged Man finding its way in all of the readings. Okay, so what you can't see is that this person is probably checking up on you, looking to see what you're up to. They got their eyes peeled for you. They definitely want a reconciliation and to kind of get beyond difficult times to something calmer, more serene, to get the peace of mind, some kind of reconciliation, coming back together. How they're processing it is not so fast. I better like take a lay of the land, sort things out before I go get my Queen of Hearts. Yeah. The Queen of Cups has their heart. So, I feel like with the Hanged Man here, we may see surrender too, but for now, I do feel it's like everything's a little bit on pause while they're trying to scope you out and find their way in to work things out with you. Let's see. Yeah. So the little I spy, Page of Swords, we're trying to manifest. There it is, Judgment again. The reconciliation, reunion, redemption, second chances, bring the relationship back to life if it's in fact on life support. Definitely feeling reconciliation. Very motivated. Again, with the Strength card is coming out in a lot of these readings too. Right? Ace of Wands, Strength card, Four of Wands. Wow. That's what you can't see is this person is extremely motivated and wants to reignite that torch of passion with you, to overcome the obstacles in their way, unconscious energy. This has something to do with the beginning of life partnership and where they want this to take you is beyond any turbulence to something that, like bringing an end to challenging times, starting with likely seeking forgiveness and redemption. I like that. The processing part, Hanged Man, Queen of Cups. Seven of Wands, Three of Swords. Okay. Yeah, so Sag, what they're picking up on here is possibly a little bit of assertiveness here on your part. There's a little bit of a cover for hurt feelings. I'm not saying you haven't demonstrated them, but something lingers here. I know there have been difficult times. That's what they want to return and, offer you an olive branch or some kind of peace offering to reconcile. We have three reconciliation cards here. But I feel the only thing holding them up is a little bit of what they perceive as either resistance or defensiveness from you because something created hurt feelings, right? Something either hurt your feelings, broke your heart, and so the path back requires them to kind of evaluate it so that they know, yeah, I hurt my beloved's heart, and I have to find the proper path or channel back. So they're manifesting that, but the main idea here for you, Sag, is that they're kind of checking it out. Like, where's the path in? Okay. So I do feel this is somebody that may be trying to size you up and, flipping through your socials, trying to get a handle on what you're up to, what your energy level, like what your energy is like. Are you still deeply hurt, or have you come to terms? Whatever, okay? So that's what you can't see, is they're checking up on you for purposes of reconciliation and moving beyond this, getting beyond whatever it was that created this situation that made you maybe defensive. Okay, so main spread, we have all the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Pisces in the Hanged Man. We have Cancer in the Queen of Cups. In the clarifiers, we have Leo, Scorpio, Virgo, and Gemini. That one seemed a little straightforward. I'm glad that they're motivated. Glad that they're in manifestation mode, and that they're taking the time to kind of check the situation out before just, coming in and when you're not ready. And they want to be sure of what to say. Page of Swords could also be about what they want to say. Okay? Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What you can't see, Cap, that's what we're looking at. What you need to know for April 2026. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What can't they see? All cards coming from the bottom of the deck for the main spread. Everybody's getting the Six of Wands. This person's about to make a strength card. Triumphant homecoming and a reconciliation for... Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. Hold on. So, what's at the foundation of this person's motivation to come back in with some kind of, like I said, I've been saying, peace offering, olive branch, some way to kind of meet in the middle and, forge a win-win outcome? Well, there's an obstacle. We've got a Three of Swords. Again, hurt feelings, at the very least, heartbroken energy, across the board. And how will the two of you help each other overcome this obstacle? This is their plan, but there might be some interference here. We've got, conflict in the Five of Wands, maybe a little drama. Maybe there could be other people in the mix that have made it difficult for you or gotten in between you, because what they're processing here is, yeah, it's complicated, but we're soulmates. So I am seeing this person coming back in for the purposes of rectifying whatever the heck the issues are that created the hurt feelings. Okie doke. Makes sense to me. Six of Wands, and we have Leo energy showing up here. Gemini. Double-headed Gemini. Wow. Yeah, part of their plan, part of what they have to offer is, I want this relationship. I choose you. It's sacred soulmate energy. It's, nobody's forcing me. Nobody's, there might be other people interfering and trying to mess shit up for us, but I'm not buying what they're selling. I have made my choice. I choose you. And oh, by the way, the Knight of Swords are kind of coming in to, clean up on aisle 9 here, or aisle 5, as it were, with this 5 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. So I definitely feel like that's part of the issue here, is they want to be sure, no matter what's been thrown at the two of you or at them in particular that, has interfered here, they choose you and they want to be sure you are clear on that. Strength card, 3 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 2 of Swords. Yeah. They're not exactly sure what to say yet, so I do think they're giving that, a good think here, because I feel with the, let me get all the cards up here. There's the communication. So being that it's from the bottom of the deck, it's sort of in unconscious energy right now. But they know that things are getting very heavy and that there's some negative karma built up here that you both have to unburden yourselves of. That's why I really feel for you, Cap. This Strength card is about the two of you helping each other overcome whatever the obstacles are, so you can both get the relief. This person realizes that this is a crossroads moment, because there's already been hurt feelings. And heartache here. They are aware that the only thing that's going to kind of fix it is some good communication, but they're in that, they're looking at it right now and trying to make the decision about what to say, when to say, what they need to say, because we have 2 communication cards here. 5 of Wands to the 2 of Cups, what they're processing. Oh. Ooh. So they are sort of sizing up the opportunity to communicate. I already said that. And one of the first things that comes to mind here is, yeah, I regret that. They have some guilt, some remorse, some kind of energy around the 2 5s here. Like this 5 clarifies that 5. So it's 5 of Cups is regrets of the past, mistakes of the past, woulda, coulda, shoulda, and I didn't, and we had this conflict or this tension or whatever it is. But now they see an opportunity coming toward them, 3 of Wands, and they believe the Wheel of Fortune is on their side, moving in their favor, creating an environment of expansion upon which something is coming toward them. Your connection, soulmate. Okay? So they have their regrets, but they also see that they're kind of coming upon a divine timing opportunity, that what's coming toward them is the opportunity to express their regrets, to clear up any misunderstandings, to be sure unquestionably that they choose you and that there isn't anything the two of you can't overcome together, and that they want you to have as much relief as they want themselves. Okay, so I really kind of feel this is on its way to you already. Yeah, with that 6 of Wands. This person is en route. I feel they're already setting things in motion. So that's pretty powerful. We have Leo in the Strength card as the most dominant energy for you, Capricorn, but we also have Gemini twice. We have Sagittarius right here, because the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, and Jupiter rules Sag. Okay, so those are the dominant energies. Yeah. Getting a lot of overcoming obstacles, a lot of reconciliation messages that you can't see. So for those of you that already had the who's coming towards you, you've got that. Now you know if there's a reconciliation needed. That's what you can't see, is how this person is processing that, preparing for it. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Aquarius, what you can't see, April 2026, or what you need to know. Coming at you. From the bottom of the deck, we have, Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, Hermit, Devil, Two of Cups. What? This person is absolutely lying to themselves. Seven of Swords. I feel this is self-deception. I feel the foundation of it. Seven of Wands, there's the resistance, the pushback, nope, don't want this, I'm going on my own. Hermit. I feel this person has done a disappearing act or made themselves, been off the grid, made themselves unapproachable. You might have heard something that sounded like, well, I need time, I need to find myself, or, I don't know what I want. A lot of resistance here. And just kind of went off on their own. And not just withdrew from the connection, but kind of went MIA. And I feel like why this Seven of Swords is coming in so prominently is because what are they processing? Devil and the Two of Cups. Okay? This is somebody who has that inner monologue of, I can't have nice things. Who am I to have a beautiful soulmate, a partner, someone who loves me just for who I am? I can't have that. Right? The Devil card, in essence, and I said it in the other reading, but not, I know y'all don't watch all the different signs. The Devil is egoic fear and resistance. It's the part, we're souls having a human experience. It's the human part that has ego. The soul doesn't know about ego. The soul knows all. And I feel this is their soul. And this is the ego. And ego is an adaptive part of human nature because it's designed to keep us from getting hurt. So sometimes ego keeps us small. And when we see the devil is Capricorn energy, yes, but ruled by Saturn, which is the great teacher and the Lord of Karma, that says if you fucking color outside the lines, I'm going to chop your hand off, like severe. So you're dealing with somebody who is severe and very restricted, like contracts when they feel something very powerful. Very powerful. And they tell themselves lots of nice lies, like, I don't need this, I don't want this, I'm going to go off on my own, I'm on my own journey here in life. And the devil is the root cause. And I feel like this person is assessing that. They are processing that part of themselves that says that they're not worthy of this kind of love. Whether that's a message they heard from someone in their life when they were a child or when they were in school or, in their religious environments, whatever, out in the world. Whether they have adopted this sort of darker shadow because of past relationships that really hurt them. And this is the scab. I feel this person is done playing by everybody else's rules. I feel like this person could be approaching that moment where Devil in reverse is they set themselves free. I don't have to play by anybody else's rules. I'm all grown up now. I can create my own rules. I don't have to live by what society says. This could be somebody who, has had a very sheltered life or restricted life or dominant parental units that, where they really had to toe the line. And so now that they're in this beautiful connection, or that they have access to a heart like yours and a love like you have offered them, they got to find a way out of those restrictive energies. Yes, indeed. So let's see the Seven of Swords. I know. You've got Virgo here and Capricorn here so far. Knight of Swords. Page of Wands. Wow. They do want to be honest. There is action here in the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is the one that wants to be sure that they understand, that they are understood, that, it's fast-moving energy, it's clear communication. There's a sense of urgency when you see the Knight of Swords, and so there's something they want to clear up here about this Seven of Swords. And then in deeper unconscious energy is the Page of Wands. So it's like they're hiding their light. The Page of Wands is very optimistic. They've got that buried pretty deep. Okay? But the Page of Wands can also be very lighthearted, not very serious, sometimes just surface level. So I'm keeping, like I'm sticking a pin in it to be sure when I look at what else comes out. Let's see the Seven of Wands to the Hermit. You can't even make it up. There's the Hanged Man again. And the Four of Pentacles. This person this is the foundation of this issue. They have been buttoned up so tight, so closed off, so restricted, so don't come any closer, like giving you that Seven of Wands, defensive, self-protective, walls erected a mile high. Here's the freaking Hanged Man again. So they just pressed pause on this connection with someone that brings them all this comfort, warmth, sense of belonging, the ease in the Six of Cups. Six of Cups can also be past life soulmate energies, like the feeling like they've known you forever, and they couldn't take this closeness. And so they pushed you away, they pressed pause, and they went off on their own little solitary journey, no communication, incommunicado, right? Unapproachable, reclusive, evasive, not, and I don't think, like, the Hermit is a beautiful card because it can be a card of personal growth where we're getting the opportunity to look at ourselves, to examine ourselves, to get some self-awareness, to be more introspective, to kind of figure out what makes us tick and why we are the way we are. I don't think that is the energy. I think this is the reversed energy of someone who could not take how close they felt. This to somebody who has grown up with all this rejection, limitation, restrictive, harsh, punishing energy of the devil, to have all this beautiful love and comfort and warmth is threatening. So I feel like this person went off the grid, like buttoned themselves up, pushed you away, pressed pause, didn't say another word, went missing. That's what's coming through. Or very little communication. And that Seven of Swords can be avoidance. And I'm getting the feeling that they are aware of that now, that they see it for what it truly is, that they have a little glimmer of hope and optimism, but again, that feels buried. So let's see what they're processing now. Devil and Two of Cups. Five of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. King of Swords. They do not feel worthy of you. They do not feel they have enough to offer you, because you're coming through, right, as someone that, you know, this is a feminine archetype of a life partner. This is someone who, in real time, in this incarnation, you know, is prepared to walk through life with them. This is somebody that you would consider marrying, or you would consider committing to. And I feel they just do not feel worthy of it. This person has severe insecurities. But they also have good intentions. It's a shame that the King of Swords is kind of way down below, but I feel like this person wants to clear up some. They want to let you know that somewhere deep down inside, they want to be happy. They want to enjoy life. They want to enjoy the beauty of this connection. That Page of Wands from the bottom of the deck, and this Six of Cups also from the bottom of the deck. And here the King of Swords wants to, you know, has more honor than you may think they have. They have the integrity. They want to be honest, but this is somebody who is so crippled with insecurity and self-loathing. Wherever that comes from, it's what has created that tendency to put walls a mile high and to create a situation where you feel like, well, I'm not attacking you. Why are you so defensive, right? Like that sentence might make sense to somebody watching this right now. Like, oh my God, I say that all the time. Like, this isn't an attack. I'm trying to have a reasonable conversation, mature conversation with you, and I'm, you know, and I'm not attacking you at all. But that's, you know, if that's what you expect, it's the same thing as when you got a hammer, everything looks like a nail. That is what is happening with this person. They are very quick to shut down, push away, run away, avoid, evade, but they know this about themselves. And I think if they get the opportunity, or make the opportunity, and can find themselves some courage, they may come in and try to clear this up and help you understand that it isn't you. I mean, I know you know it's not you, but they're struggling. This is somebody who's struggling with a lot of insecurity. They do not feel worthy of you, and yet they know that this beautiful connection exists. Yeah, think about how that might make them feel. Anyway, in the main spread, Aqua, we have Hermit is Virgo, we have Capricorn. Those are the main energies. But then in the clarifiers, we have Pisces, Gemini, Capricorn, Aquarius, and all of the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So any of those signs could be a clue as to who this is, and help add some confirmation, though it's not necessary. All right, that one was intense. Intense. But I think kind of revealing. I think it really showed a lot of what's going on in the background there. Last but not least, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Here we go. What you can't see, Pisces, what you need to know. All right, here we go. All from the bottom of the deck. Okay. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. So we're starting with the Death card. I'm not bothered by it. Scorpio energy here. This is all about the, the growth, change, transformation. This person, the foundation for that Death card is they see something very clearly with regard to any conflict or tension or anything that's been like an outside source of interference in your connection. And now what they're processing is, I'm going to persist and persevere, really want to talk to this person, tell them all about, their exploration of themselves, the changes that they're, undertaking right now or that they're making. Somehow that feels important. So let's see, Death card. Well, I do feel they know that they owe you an explanation. Maybe there are some unanswered questions. I feel the changes that you're going to see, they're sort of releasing whatever it was that held them back from being fully invested in the connection, Six of Pentacles. So that might have been a situation that caused some tension or conflict or disagreeable energy if you had any arguments or whatever. But I'm feeling that Five of Wands is whatever that is, that's part of why there wasn't a 100% investment. But now that they are taking on the death energy of death and rebirth, growth, change, transformation, knowing that there are some things that they, have evaluated and looked at and said, yeah, this isn't helping me anymore. It's costing me something now. They see that, right? So let's see the Five of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Seven of Wands. High Priestess. It's been going on for a while. This tension, this person's resistance. I'm feeling like it's gone on for a while. I think you've been more than patient, and they know that very intuitively. But I'm also seeing that High Priestess as something that they haven't told you, something that they've kind of held back, but they see that now. So let's see if we get any answer from the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Wands, because it's like they're coming in to tell you something that I don't think they ever told you before. Oh, all right. So it is as I expected. Yes, Nine of Wands is a card of perseverance and persistence. Against all odds, things can feel difficult and stressful with the Nine of Wands. But the question is, do you keep pushing forward or do you throw in the towel? I feel like this person is letting you know they have deep regret for, sort of either leaving you, shunning you or turning you away, or there's something here, or not being fully invested. Let me just say it that way. And that's probably enough, because when a relationship isn't reciprocal and you're the one that's putting in the work and you're the one that's showing up and you're the one that's making the time and you're the one that's making sure, you know, you're working on whatever needs to be worked on, and that, you know, you're giving as much of your heart and your spirit and your time and your energy and all of that, and almost nothing is coming back. That's what that Five of Pentacles feels like. And when you're on the receiving end of nothing, oof, that really, you know, your sense of self-worth and value can take a serious hit. And I think that's what I'm seeing here. And I think this person is not going to give up until they make that clear. How much they regret it, how remorseful they are, you know, the regrets of the past, the mistakes that they've made, and it all surrounds this. And that's how you were left feeling. But the truth is, it's how they felt, that they did not feel worthy of you. That's, again, a similar message as I just got through, but maybe they didn't have anything to give you, legitimately didn't have anything. Were feeling that much out in the cold themselves, like, I don't have my life together, I don't have my shit together, like, how can I be invested? Do you see what I'm saying? But they know they owe you that explanation. They are in a process of growth and change right now. I think they're very optimistic. You may hear from this person soon, because we have messengers and we have the Eight of Wands. And I think what they never told you is that it was never about you. It wasn't that you weren't worthy of them being more invested. It's that they didn't feel worthy of you. They didn't feel they had enough to offer you. They saw themselves as damaged goods. And I feel that they are hopeful and trying to see things in a positive way, that the opportunity to explain this to you will help this crap make sense. You know, make it make sense. Yeah. But it's something they've never told you, and it's been going on a long time, and they see it very clearly, and they know they owe you an explanation. And I feel that by the time this person arrives with the message, they will be a distinctly different person. Same person, but different from the point of view of self-awareness. Yeah. And the ability to communicate what they know to be true about their past behavior, right? I feel like they'll have the capacity to explain it very clearly. In the main spread, we have Scorpio. That's it. In the clarifiers, we have Cancer, Libra, and all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Pisces, and that's what I have for you if any of you are still here watching. Thank you for getting me through this couple weeks of March, and tomorrow is a big full moon, and I'll be doing a reading for the membership. So if you want to get the full moon reading, either join here for the All Access Pass, which is no longer on Moments, it's over here. But if you have any of the memberships over on Moments, it will be in there for you tomorrow. Okay, the full moon reading. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you back on the channel. Bye for now.